The fraternal fabric, building resilient religious communities, a reflection inspired by the vision and teachings of Father Peter Mary Marmier. Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, I welcome each of you to reflect on a theme that lies at the very heart of our vocation, our life together in community. Religious life is a sacred calling. It is marked by profound dedication and daily acts of self-gift. Yet, what sustains this journey is not merely our individual resolve, but the fraternal bonds we share. It is this fabric of fraternity that gives our mission its strength and our vocation its joy. In this light, let us revisit the life and wisdom of our founder, Father Peter Mary Marmier, the man behind the birth of the missionaries of St. Francis de Sales and the Sisters of the Cross of Chavanel. His legacy is not only in founding congregations, but in shaping a vision of community life rooted in unity, charity, and shared mission. For Father Marmier, a religious community is not merely a group of individuals living under one roof. It is a spiritual family, a communion of hearts bound together in Christ, striving for mutual support and harmony. He believed that such a community is essential for perseverance in religious life and the fruitfulness of our missionary work. In this reflection, we shall explore Father Marmier's teachings on cultivating mutual appreciation, building unity through the shared rule, rooting community life in prayer, and consider how these principles can guide us in fostering resilient and joyful religious communities today. The first point for our reflection today is cultivating mutual appreciation, the heartbeat of fraternity. At the heart of any resilient community is mutual appreciation, a deep and sincere recognition of the other. Father Marmier firmly believed that appreciating our confreres was not a mere nicety. It was a spiritual practice transformative in its impact. He knew that a kind word, a heartfelt thank you, or a sincere expression of support could uplift the tired, encourage the discouraged, and bind hearts together in love. First of all, the transformative power of appreciation. In his letters, Father Marmier constantly acknowledged the efforts of his missionaries, especially those facing grueling challenges. He admired their resilience, lauded their spirit, and affirmed their work. One moving example in his letter on the departure of the first missionaries to India. Though saddened by their absence, he wrote, "Thanks to the powerful voice which bade them go, they have not shown the least weakness. Their happiness made them stronger than any one of us." What profound affirmation! He saw in their joy not just enthusiasm, but spiritual strength, a grace to be celebrated. Secondly, support in adversity. Father Marmier also knew that ministry brings its share of sorrow. In such times, appreciation takes the form of solidarity and consolation. When Father Gaydon took leave to console his aging mother, Father Marmier did not reprimand him. Instead, he affirmed the deeper value of such an act. You have done well to console them, to edify also the poor inhabitants of the countryside. His words reveal a pastoral heart, able to appreciate even hidden sacrifices. Thirdly, honoring the ultimate sacrifice. Upon hearing of Father Martin's death, Father Marmier wrote with tender reverence, "Father Martin is no more in this world. He has left them orphans. He beckons to us Courage, follow me. This is not just grief, it is celebration. Father Murmur lifted Father Martin up as a beacon of faithfulness, ensuring his memory would inspire others. Fourthly, practical applications for today. How do we translate this spirit into our communities today? Regular acknowledgement. Let appreciation become a daily habit, whether through communal sharing, notes of gratitude, or moments of celebration. Secondly, support in hardship. Listen with empathy, be present, offer practical and emotional help to those who are struggling. Celebrate milestones, birthdays, anniversaries, and small victories are chances to affirm one another. Father Murmur teaches us that appreciation is not flattery, it is fuel for fidelity and the heartbeat of fraternity. Second point for reflection today is the cornerstone of unity, Father Murmur's vision for community life. If appreciation is the heartbeat, then unity is the skeleton, the structure that holds the body together. First of all, unity and harmony as core principles. For Father Murmur, community life mirrors the unity of the Holy Trinity. He urged his confreres, be one like us. This was not an idealistic slogan, it was a call to deep communion. He wrote, we belong not only to God but to our brothers. We are members of one another in community. In these words lies a profound challenge to live not as isolated disciples but as interdependent members of a body. Secondly, the indispensable role of the rule. Father Murmur insisted on the rule not as a burden but as a gift. He observed, immediately you have a community, you must have a rule and even a rather strict one. Otherwise, you will have disorder. He knew that unity needs a shared rhythm. The rule provides this guiding: prayer, meals, ministry, recreation. It frees us to focus on mission, not on petty preferences. Thirdly, navigating challenges. Murmur was no stranger to conflict. He knew community life brings tensions. Yet, he saw these not as a threat, but as opportunity for conversion. He warned against corrosive attitudes, bad temper, sadness, a certain bitterness of heart could be called the eighth capital sin. His antidote: patience, humility, forgiveness. Unity does not mean uniformity, it means a commitment to love even through disagreement. Fourthly, practical applications for today. Establish clear guidelines. Ensure every community has a common understanding of expectations and responsibilities. Foster open communication. Create safe spaces to talk, clarify, and forgive. Promote mutual support. Encourage chorus and projects that require cooperation. Practice patience. Recognize that growth takes time and that we are all works in progress. Unity is not achieved once for all, it is built daily through grace and goodwill. The third point for reflection today: the spiritual heartbeat, community prayer, and shared purpose. Appreciation is the heart, unity is the body, but what is the soul of religious life? It is prayer. First of all, prayer as the foundation. Father Murmur called prayer the lifeblood of the community. He envisioned a house where the religious spirit reigns and the words of Jesus are fulfilled, that they may be one like us. He reminded his confreres, we can do nothing, we will obtain nothing without prayer. For him, prayer was not optional, it was the oxygen of religious life. Secondly, structured prayer practices. At Annecy, Murmier implemented morning meditation, daily mass at various hours, weekly devotion to Our Lady of Sorrows, monthly devotion to the Sacred Heart. He believed that structured prayer creates rhythm and rhythm creates rootedness. He also proposed the way of the cross every Friday, reminding the community that prayer must engage both heart and body. Thirdly, integrating the faithful in our prayer. Crucially, Murmier did not limit prayer to the community. He wanted the laity included. Churches and sanctuaries were to be centers of prayer for all. This opened a new dimension, community as a spiritual home for the wider church. Fourthly, practical applications for today. Establish regular prayer times. Keep consistent sacred rhythms. Incorporate devotions. Use meaningful practices that enrich prayer life. Include laity. Invite parishioners and neighbors to join in. Encourage shared reflection. Let prayer inspire sharing, witness, and communal discernment. Without prayer, our communities wither. With prayer, they flourish. To conclude, a call to deeper fraternity and purpose. Let us have a recap of the key insights. Today, we have drawn from Father Peter Murmier's wellspring of wisdom. He shows us that mutual appreciation builds confidence and compassion. Unity grounded in charity and guided by a rule creates order and peace. Prayer, both structured and spontaneous, sustains our mission and deepens our connection to God and one another. Father Murmier's enduring legacy. Murmier's voice echoes across time, not as an echo of the past, but as a prophetic guide for the present. His vision is clear. Religious life is a family of love, a community of prayer, a missionary force rooted in Christ. In him, we find a model of leadership that is spiritual, fraternal, and deeply human. A call to action. And so, dear brothers and sisters, let us renew our commitment to build resilient religious communities. Communities where each member is seen and valued. Communities where conflict is met with compassion. Communities where prayer is a living stream, not a dry routine. Communities where we support one another, not just in ministry, but in daily life. This is the fraternal fabric Father Murmier dreamed of. This is the fabric we are called to weave. Let us rise to this calling together. Live Jesus.